그리고 like here, this.
Prabhupada ki.
Hari Bolo. Jai Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. So our next speaker, all the way from the US, we're very honored to have with us today. Yes, Grace Mahatma Prabhu. Please give him a loud Hari Bolo.
Hari Bolo.
Prabhu, the floor is all yours.
So, Nice to be here with you. I want to So I am seeing you from the left side. How is that possible? You see me over here? Everybody's looking.
Oh,
They're looking.
no, look in the camera.
I'm over here or over there? Where am I? That's a very nice hall you have. It looks like our new temple should look like, right? And now I can't recognize you because you're all wearing masks. But you can hear me well?
Yes.
You have me on a loudspeaker?
Yes.
Okay. So nice to see you all. Happy Janmastami. Today is Vyas Puja. Today for us is Vyas Puja. We're a day behind. So Nilambar, how long do I speak?
20 minutes more, Prabhuji.
20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just read one thing that Prabhupada said. I can find it. Yeah, okay. So this is for the teachings of Lord Kapila. It appears that he comes as an ordinary living being. Rather, his advent is totally transcendental. Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tattvataha. We therefore have to learn how Krishna takes his birth, which is not ordinary. If it were ordinary, why should we observe the Janmastami ceremony? His birth is divyam, divine. Everything about Krishna is divine. And if we think that Krishna is like us, we immediately become mudhas, fools. I'll read, there's a few lectures on this topic. It's an important topic, so I'll read maybe one or two more. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Janma karma cha me divyam yo janati tatpataha. Anyone who understands about my birth and appearance, same verse, he's liberated. The Lord does not take birth, aja. Aja means who never takes birth, ever existing. Ajopi san abhyatma bhutanam ishwaropi san. Sambhavami yuge yuge. So aja, one who does not take birth. But still we see that Krishna is taking birth. We are observing the birth anniversary of Lord Krishna. So therefore, taking birth. So therefore, what is the mystery? He does not take birth. Still we are observing the birth of Krishna, Janmastami. So this is to be understood, tattvataha, in truth. Yo janati tattvataha. So what Prabhupada is saying is that Krishna's position is a bit mysterious because obviously he's not an ordinary person. So his conception is mysterious, his activities are mysterious. Mysterious in the sense that one who's not sufficiently educated or sufficiently purified will misunderstand who Krishna is. So Vasudeva Devaki wanted a child. They wanted Krishna as their child. They were actually had Krishna as their child in many births. They wanted Krishna as their child. And it's the nature of Krishna to reciprocate with his devotees. So whatever the devotee wants, Krishna will give. So Vasudeva conceived of Krishna in his mind or in his heart. That was, Krishna had entered his mind. And so an ordinary male impregnates the wife with the seed which is in the semen. But that's not how Krishna took birth. Vasudeva impregnated with his consciousness, with his thoughts of Krishna in his mind. He transferred Krishna from his mind into the mind and heart of Devaki. It's interesting, because our concept of birth is there has to be transmission of semen and the soul and pregnancy. He transferred Krishna from his own meditation when he had grabbed Krishna in himself, you could say, and he transferred her. Interesting. And now Devaki has received Krishna in her heart and mind. And when Krishna was in her heart and mind, she became very beautiful, very effulgent, very attractive. And all the demigods were offering prayers. They could understand, oh, the Supreme Personality of Godhead must have appeared in the womb of Devaki. She's so beautiful, so amazing. And this was all Krishna's doing to fulfill their desire to have Krishna as their son. This is what they want. This was their heart's desire. So Krishna said, okay, I will appear as your son. And as you know, Krishna appearing as their son created some difficulty. And I was giving class this morning, and we were talking about Krishna's appearance. And I was thinking, you know how Christmas is such a big holiday, isn't it? Big festival, right? You know, the birth of Jesus and all the songs and all the dioramas, models, the Christmas trees, the naivety scenes, everything. You know, it's such a big thing, and it's all about the virgin birth and God has come. And you study Krishna's birth, and it's, you know, all the signs are there of a birth of a great personality, what to speak of the Supreme Lord. So Krishna appears, and we know how Krishna appeared, right? He appeared as Lord Vishnu, 4 arms. He didn't appear as a baby, because he's not actually taking birth. He's appearing, right? Krishna is eternal. He's descending and he's appearing. And then Vasudeva and Devaki say, there's a rumor that our 8th child is going to kill Kamsa, and Kamsa knows that. So it's kind of a dead giveaway if you have 4 hands, 4 arms, and so forth, because it was told that Krishna is going to kill you. And I rather he doesn't know that Krishna has taken birth. So could you just pretend to be an ordinary baby? So maybe that way we could avoid Kamsa somehow. We can get you out of here, and then Kamsa will not find you like that. So that was the idea. So Krishna takes the form of a baby, but what's interesting is when he takes the form of a baby, there's this very protective mode. And it's so interesting when you think about it. Imagine you were Vasudeva and Devaki, and Krishna appeared in 4 arms, right? So you see, here's the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, Narayan. And then you ask him, can you take the form of a baby just for protection? So now something strange is happening, because Krishna protects all of us, right? He's the supreme protector. It's the symptom of being a devotee of Krishna is that you take shelter under his protection from the problems of material existence and ultimately the ultimate problem of birth and death. It's by his shelter that we can transcend the influences of this world. So he's the shelter of everyone. He's the protector of everyone. He's feared by fear personified. And Devaki is saying, we're afraid that we're afraid of Kamsa, and that Kamsa may kill you or harm you. I mean, they didn't say that, but that was their fear. So they're saying, we're afraid, could you take the form of a baby? And so, but they just saw that he was the Supreme Lord. And how could they be afraid that anyone could harm the Supreme Lord? Because by nature, the Supreme Lord means Supreme Controller. And anyone who's the Supreme Controller, nobody can harm because he controls everyone and everything. Krishna wanted to, if someone tried to disturb Krishna, Krishna could just by the thought eliminate that disturbance or eliminate that person. So what happened was, when Krishna took the form of a baby, their affection for him started increasing to the point that they were forgetting his position as the Supreme Lord, and overcome by affection, they were afraid. Interesting, isn't it? So, and then Vasudeva takes Krishna, as you know the story, takes him to Gokul, picks up Subhadra, brings her back. Kamsa thinks Subhadra is the 8th child. Kamsa tries to kill her. Subhadra says, sorry, Kamsa. He's already taken birth and he's gone. Your death null. The one who's going to kill you, he's not here. He's gone. So don't mess with me or I'll kill you. Basically what happened. So Krishna is saying in the Gita, Janma Karma Chame Divyam, you have to understand that my activities are not ordinary, because the basis of bhakti means we have to understand Krishna, and we and Krishna are different. And we can see from the birth how different we are. And you might say, but it's obvious that we and Krishna are different. That's true. But when you actually look at how we live, when you look at how people live, we're all trying to live like him. We're trying to be him in so many ways. So although the differences are obvious, the activities, we're trying to imitate him. Then, how can we imitate? But we're trying. So Krishna, when he comes, he demonstrates to us. And basically he's saying, look at my birth. Look what I do. I lift a Govardhan hill, Govardhan hill with one hand, one pinky finger. You can't do that. I must not be ordinary. And then Prabhupada says, well, that's no problem. He's lifting all the universes. So what's one mountain? And then Brahma sees this little boy and thinks, oh, who's this little boy? Just a cowherd boy. And he tries to play a trick, and then Krishna tricks him. And in so many ways, the different stories, Kamsa sending these very asuric, demoniac people to try to kill Krishna. They all have mystic power, and Krishna just plays with them. And they try to kill him. That was Kamsa's goal. We have to kill him before he kills us. So these powerful mystics who kill, just expert at killing, they try to kill Krishna. What's Krishna? He just picks them up, throws them away, and they die. Throws them up into a tree, slaps them, that kill. So Krishna, he's doing this for many reasons, but one reason he's doing this is to make a statement. He said, you can't do this. I am God. This is what God can do. This is easy for me. There's a difference between you and me. And the ultimate thing that Krishna wants us to understand is that because you and I are different, you cannot imitate me, but you can actually get a better position than Krishna, which is really interesting, because just like many of you know, when Krishna came to this earth, he came 500 years ago as Lord Chaitanya. And why did he come? Because he was noticing the love of Radharani, and he was thinking, she's experiencing something that I'm not experiencing. By loving me, she's experiencing something even I can't experience. That's interesting, right? I think God would have the experience that we all have plus. And he's thinking, I desire to experience what she's experiencing, because I can see that love for me is something that I don't know. So that means love for Krishna is an experience even Krishna doesn't have. So you and I can have love for Krishna, and that allows us to have an experience which even Krishna can't have, because loving himself is different than us loving him. It's a higher experience than even he can have. So what Krishna is trying to tell us is, you're trying to be like me, but just look what I do. My activities are transcendental. They're unlike yours. And if you try to be like me by imitating me, trying to be the most beautiful, most powerful, most successful, most wealthy, and so forth, you can't imitate me. And if you try to imitate me, it's not going to work. You'll just suffer. But if you love me, you can actually get a position better than I have, because you can experience something even I can't. You might know the story. Once Krishna was, I think he was looking at a jewel pillar. The pillar was reflecting his image. And he's looking at this image, and he apparently had never seen his image before. And he's looking at it and he's thinking, who is this beautiful person? It's very attractive. And he's looking at his image. Who is this beautiful person? I'm so attracted to this person. And then he realizes it's himself. So we have this position where we can be attracted to the most attractive person and thus enjoy what even he can't enjoy. But if we try to imitate his position, it doesn't work. And oftentimes we suffer greatly from it. So when Krishna is saying, Janmastami, I want you to understand who I am. I want you to understand my activities. I want you to understand all of that. I'm not like you. And you can be happier celebrating the fact that I'm not like you, celebrating the fact that you're not like me, and you just can be a humble lover and servant of me, that you will even enjoy greater than I can enjoy, what to speak of greater than anyone in this world can enjoy. So that's a significance, or one significance of Janma Karma, understanding my birth and activities. Now, the rest of the verse is interesting, because Krishna says, if you understand me, you'll be liberated. When you die, you won't take birth in this world. That's, so what does Krishna mean? Well, there's this idea that Krishna gives in the Gita, if you understand me, you'll love me. There was a song when I was young, to know you is to love you. I don't know if you ever heard, any of you ever heard that song? It's an old song from the 1950s, but it's very popular. To know you is to love you. You ever heard of that? Nobody?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you heard it. Okay, where are you from in the back? You're not from India, right? You wouldn't have heard it in India, right? And those days, you probably had no, yeah. So anyway, it's the same idea. Krishna's saying, or the idea is, the more you know Krishna, the more you love him. So Krishna's saying, the more you know my transcendental nature, the more you know how I have taken birth and act and so forth, the more you love me. And by knowing me, you will eventually be liberated. So the last thing, what time will we end? 5 minutes? Is that right? Or my time's up? Nilambar, 5 minutes, or either have 1 minute or 6 minutes?
Yes, Prabhu, 5 minutes. Yes.
Okay. So one last thought I want to leave you with, which is, it's so important and it's so powerful. You and I, all of us, have a relationship with Krishna. Correct? Correct. PK? Yes. How do you say yes in Dutch? Ja?
Yeah.
Ja. I can speak Dutch. Ja. Ja. Kind of like German, or where you have a different way of saying, I was speaking German, right? Ja, good. Something like that, right? So we all have a relationship with Krishna. The problem is that right now, all our relationships are not like in such good condition. Like my wife's a marriage counselor, right? So she counsels couples. So the couples come in and They come to see her not because their marriage is perfect. They come to see her because their problems and their relationship is strained. It's not working as well as they'd like. It's somewhat dysfunctional or something like that. So it's a bit like our relationship with Krishna. Krishna loves us because Krishna knows how to love. So him loving us, it's not a problem, right? Like we have trouble loving. That's our problem. It's not his problem. He has no trouble loving us. And you might say, but I'm so imperfect. Why would he love me? He doesn't have trouble loving imperfect people. His nature is love. So imagine, you're doing marriage counseling and you have like the wife is perfect and she loves the husband and the husband's having trouble. Like, yeah, but I don't know how to love and I'm not nice. So it's not her fault, it's his fault. So in the same way, we have somewhat of a dysfunctional relationship with Krishna. You agree? Like, we're a little jealous of his position, right? Like, you imagine you're married and your husband's more successful than you are, and you're like, I don't like that. He's got a better job and he makes more money. I don't like that. So we're a little bit like that with Krishna. It's not the fault of Krishna. It's our fault. And so many times when I'm reading the Gita, I look at the Gita and I think, well, really what Krishna is doing in the Gita, he's trying to get us back in that relationship, because pretty much for most people who are not that spiritual or religious, God is only important when they suffer. But when everything's going well, God's like, well, I don't really need him. If it's going really well, might as well be an atheist, no guilt there, right? And I can just think, I don't have to worry about the future or the truth, because when I die, there'll be nothing and fun's over and, that's it. But if you want to deal with God, then there's a relationship and there's some guilt for turning our back on him. So when you look at the Bhagavad Gita, then you see that Krishna is really saying in the Gita, if you look behind each verse, the way I read it is Krishna is saying, I love you. And I just wish you would love me also, because, I want a relationship. It's just like a boy sometimes falls in love with a girl and he's madly in love and the girl's thinking, well, I don't know, you don't make that much money, you're not that handsome, your job isn't that great, your car's kind of old, and he said, but I love you, I'll do anything, I'll work hard. And she's, I don't know. He's shaking, he's nodding his head, he's been there, right? You had that experience. Sometimes. So sometimes it happens like that, right? Where, the boy loves the girl and she's like, I don't know, or vice versa. The girl loves the boy. It's usually more the girl loves the boy. And he's like, I don't really want to get married. It's too much responsibility. So it's a little bit like that, Krishna is saying, I love you, let's do it. And we're saying, yeah, but I don't know if I can follow all these principles. It's maybe too much responsibility for me. I know you love me and everything. I don't know if I'm ready for a serious relationship. That's most Western men, before they get to like 30, 35. And the girl's saying, so when are we going to get married? And he's like, I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm ready yet, because then he has to settle down and stick to his job and he can't go anywhere. So we're a little bit like that with Krishna. And Krishna's saying, surrender. And we're saying, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. So the problem is on our part. Yes, you agree?
Yes.
So I want to make you all feel really guilty today by telling you the problem is our part. It's not Krishna's part. It's the problem is on our part. And so Krishna's just waiting for us. So for me, Janmastami is like a meditation. Like Krishna's waiting for us to reciprocate with the love. And Krishna's asking us, I've come here to attract you, to get you back. Will you join me? Will you join the rasa dance? Will you become part of this? Will you love me? And we're saying, well, I'll think about it. Or maybe later, or I've got too much going on right now. Maybe in next year or something. And Krishna's saying, but I love you. I want the relationship. And we're making so many excuses. So maybe we can meditate on Janmastami as Krishna's asking us, I love you, will you love me? Okay? Thank you all.
Yes.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna to all of you. You all look like you're hungry. Are you hungry? I shouldn't have mentioned hunger. Right? You have what, 4.5 more hours before midnight?
Yes, Prabhu.
Janmastami is really austere. You fast all day, then you can eat at midnight, but then it's Artik time. And then after Artik, the temple president makes like 3 hours of announcements while you're waiting, you know, like, I just want to take it. Isn't it? Why are you making so many announcements? Yeah. Anyway, it's an austerity for sure. Okay, thank you very much. Neelambar, what's
Thank you.
next?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Really grateful for your association. Looking
welcome.
forward for more. Thank you so much. Do you
Hare
like the hall?
Krishna to all of you.
Do you like the hall, Prabhuji?
I can't hear you.
He's asking if you like the hall.
Did you like the hall?
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Why
Thank you
don't
so
we buy
much.
it? It's perfect for a temple. Why don't we buy it? I
Thank you
love
so
it.
much.
It's so bright, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have
We'll
a
be-
prediction, Neelambar. When you get a new temple, it's going to make a huge, huge difference in the consciousness of the whole movement. That's my intuition. It's gonna make a huge change.
With your blessings, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Tell the guy who owns this place you want to buy it.
Next
tell
time
him
when you
want it
come.
and you could use it for better content. Start with that. Okay. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Grace Mahatma Prabhu ki jai. Hare Bol.
Okay, thank you very much. And 100%, thank you for your association, Prabhu. We are preparing for the next item on the agenda, which is Abhishek. And I think my